There is no clue. This soul is no different from an ordinary split soul, and it is extremely weak, appearing as though it could die at any moment. Didn't you notice it? Wang Lin pondered for a moment before speaking again. How about this? I'll merge with it, and you integrate your divine sense into my body to see if there's any change in my origin. Qinglin nodded. It was extremely dangerous to allow someone to enter their body while their entire mind and soul were absorbed into Tianyunzi's clone soul. If the other person had any ill intentions, it could cause great harm to Wang Lin. But Wang Lin trusted Qinglin. Although they had met only a few times over the years, the events they had shared were enough to earn mutual trust. Qinglin, too, felt a sense of gratitude. He knew Wang Lin was a cautious person by nature, and hearing him say such words showed just how much trust Wang Lin placed in him. Wang Lin said nothing further. He sat cross-legged in front of Qinglin. In front of him was Tianyunzi's clone soul, meditating. Wang Lin closed his eyes suddenly. His divine sense spread out, and his entire mind merged into the clone soul of Tianyunzi, slowly integrating with it. Qinglin's eyes gleamed as he focused entirely on observation, dispersing all his thoughts. His divine sense spread out and entered Wang Lin's body, carefully examining everything inside. The moment he did so, Qinglin froze, his expression one of disbelief. 7 origins. I had only heard that he possessed 6 origins before. 6 was already unimaginable, but now 7? How did Wang Lin cultivate this 7 origins? This is too shocking. Qinglin gasped, his gaze on Wang Lin filled with astonishment. But what stunned him even more was the moment his divine sense entered Wang Lin's body. Not only did he feel the power of the origins, but there was a force that made his soul tremble, as if an ant were facing the sky. This terrifying presence was the bloodline power within Wang Lin. The aura of this bloodline was ancient and vast, as though it had existed with the heavens and the earth. Everything in its presence, all living beings, had to bow and worship, trembling in fear and reverence. The aura was incredibly domineering, as if any hint of disrespect would lead to the destruction of all life and the erasure of reincarnation. Qinglin's face instantly turned pale, and he subconsciously took several steps back. His gaze on Wang Lin had shifted from astonishment to terror. I knew he had the body of an ancient god, but the aura in his bloodline. This is definitely not from the ancient gods. What is this aura? It's so terrifying. After a long moment, Qinglin forced himself to suppress the shock in his heart and barely managed to refocus on observing Wang Lin's merging process. At this moment, the fusion between Wang Lin and Tianyunzi's clone soul was at a critical point. As Qinglin continued watching, his expression suddenly changed. He vaguely sensed Wang Lin's 7 origins, especially the restriction origin. Without Wang Lin's control, a tiny part of it seemed to separate and began operating autonomously within Wang Lin's body, as if some mysterious power was manipulating it. Wang Lin hardly noticed this, only sensing that something felt off. As Wang Lin and Tianyunzi's soul merged more deeply, the part of the restriction origin that had split began to move faster, circling within Wang Lin's body. This isn't right. Qinglin became more and more suspicious. Without thinking, he raised his right hand and pressed it to Wang Lin's forehead. Spirit stabilization art. With a single point, Wang Lin's body shook, freezing momentarily. All the operations and merging were forcibly halted by the spirit stabilization art in that instant. At the same time, Qinglin's finger, still on Wang Lin's forehead, suddenly traced downward, landing on Wang Lin's chest. As he pulled outward, a wisp of dark light flickered from Wang Lin's chest. This light, like a thread, wrapped around Qinglin's finger. Qinglin's eyes flashed, and he focused intently on the thread of dark light. This was a small part of the restriction origin that had been operating on its own. Qinglin's divine sense surged and concentrated on this thread. The moment his divine sense fused with it, his mind exploded in a roar. The world around him immediately became chaotic, and when things cleared, he found himself facing a familiar starry sky. This starry sky was Zhao River. Wang Lin's restriction origin, that piece of it operating autonomously, has actually been brought here. Qinglin's divine sense transformed, and he saw the thread extending into the starry sky ahead, disappearing without a trace. A cold light flashed in his eyes. His body swayed, and he followed the thread, heading toward the distant starry sky. I'll find out whether it's Tian Yunzi's true form at work, or if someone else is behind this. Qing Lin's expression darkened, and in an instant, he vanished, following the thread into the vast distance. After a short time, about half an incense stick later, Qing Lin had already traveled quite a distance. But just then, a dazzling seven-colored light suddenly flickered in the starry sky ahead, where the thread led. The moment the seven-colored light appeared, an ancient voice echoed through the starry sky. Qing Lin, this is not something you should interfere with. Get back, old man. As the voice sounded, the seven-colored light flickered violently, suddenly transforming into a gigantic scythe. The scythe swept through the air, heading straight for Qing Lin with the intent to slash. The scythe nearly occupied the entire starry sky, and as it swung down, the surrounding sky trembled. Qing Lin's eyes narrowed, his body paused for a moment, and then he made a hand gesture, waving both hands to his sides. Stars, moon, sun, 3 lights protect the body, 3 swords open the river. Immediately, starlight, moonlight, and sunlight spiraled around Qing Lin's body. In the blink of an eye, they collided with the scythe. The booming sound reverberated as the scythe shattered, but its destruction sent a shock through Qing Lin's body, and his figure disappeared from the starry sky. Inside the immortal realm, atop the snow mountain, the fine thread coiled around Qing Lin's right hand snapped, and his body swayed before stepping back several paces, his complexion turning extremely pale. Wang Lin's body also trembled. The spirit stabilization art dissipated, and he separated from the fusion, opening his eyes. I've never seen Tian Yunzi, but I saw the 7 colors. When you fused earlier, a trace of the seal origin inside your body activated on its own and extended into the Zoe star domain due to some strange force. I followed it, but the 7-colored scythe severed the connection. Qing Lin spoke slowly. Zoe star domain. Wang Lin's eyes gleamed with cold light. If I'm not mistaken, the soul of this Tian Yunzi clone in your hands should be the connection between you and him. Through this soul, he can steal your origin. This person's scheming is truly incredible to have thought of such a method, but how did he manage it? How can he steal your origin with just a clone? And there's another matter that doesn't add up. If he truly took your origin, why hasn't there been any reduction in it? Moreover, the divine art he performed just now was also very strange. It seemed simple, but in fact, it used the power of the entire starry sky. This isn't a typical method. Qing Lin's eyes revealed deep thought as he spoke slowly. Wang Lin's eyes grew colder, but these were the same questions he had considered, though he couldn't find clarity. Perhaps he chose a method similar to engraving. Wang Lin's gaze flickered. At that moment, an ancient voice slowly reverberated across the snow mountain, entering both Wang Lin and Qing Lin's ears. I once heard of a technique in my early years, a technique called the reincarnation unity art. As the voice echoed, a blue light appeared in the sky, illuminating the snow mountain. Within the blue light, the figure of Blue Dream Dao Sovereign materialized, walking toward them. Qing Lin greets Dao Sovereign Elder. Qing Lin's expression became solemn as he cupped his hands toward Blue Dream Dao Sovereign. Reincarnation unity art? Wang Lin's eyes narrowed. Blue Dream Dao Sovereign stepped onto the snow at the mountain peak, smiling gently at Qing Lin before turning his gaze to Wang Lin, his eyes filled with kindness. This technique, I first heard from the Palm Sovereign. It's said to be one of the divine arts of the 7-colored Immortal Sovereign. However, even the 7-colored Immortal Sovereign could not complete it. The essence of this technique is to treat each cycle of reincarnation as a clone, and then in an unusual way, the clones devour one another. Only in this way can one hope to succeed. There are still some complex parts to it that I have never seen, so I can't explain them in detail. But I do know that if a clone from this technique is taken by another, in a short amount of time, the person who acquires the clone will fuse with it. Once fused, the one who devours more will inherit the clone's entire essence, including cultivation. Whatever origin you have, the other will gain as well. This divine art is extremely sinister, but once completed, it is incredibly powerful. Looking at your condition, as well as what Qing Lin described, and this soul in your hands, I have a 40% certainty that you have fallen into someone else's reincarnation unity art. Blue Dream Dao Sovereign spoke slowly. Wang Lin fell silent. However, although I don't know the details of this technique, every divine art has its counter. The reincarnation unity art is no different. If you can devour the one who used it on you, your cultivation will increase. Blue Dream Dao Sovereign continued slowly, his eyes gleaming. I will help you find the one who used this technique. I want to see how this person, who could complete a technique that even the seven-colored immortal sovereign failed at, has such remarkable talent. However, if you wish to kill him, that will be up to you. You and this split soul have already fused into one, and your reincarnation is connected. This may also be a chance for you. Blue Dream Dao Sovereign raised his right hand. Instantly, a vast blue light erupted from his hand. The dazzling blue light formed a halo, which he pressed onto Wang Lin's forehead with a single motion. The roar in Wang Lin's mind intensified as the world around him was bathed in blue light. In that blue glow, he saw the starry sky, which rapidly spun before his eyes, revealing the Zhao River star domain. He could even see deep within it, a floating meteorite. Inside that meteorite, seated cross-legged, the eyes of Tian Yunzi suddenly shot open, filled with shock. At that very moment, Wang Lin's gaze locked with Tian Yunzi's, overlapping for an instant. Qing Lin, watching the place where Wang Lin had vanished, showed signs of concern. No worries. Anyone who dares to scheme against my son-in-law, Blue Dream Dao Sovereign, won't live long. This Tian Yunzi won't last much longer. A murderous glint appeared in Blue Dream Dao Sovereign's eyes. He had always been protective, and to him, Wang Lin was like a nephew. Though his voice had been calm earlier, he was already furious inside. With a flick of his sleeve, his body transformed into a blue streak of light, vanishing into the snowy mountains. Qing Lin's eyes flashed with a sharp light, and he too took a step forward, heading straight for the sky. Before leaving, his divine sense spread throughout the immortal realm. Senior Red Robe, Senior Southern Cloud Master, Wang Lin has been schemed against by someone named Tian Yunzi. I, Qing, am going after him. Will you join me? At the heart of the immortal realm, the aura of Red Robe soared into the sky as his figure shifted. Without a moment's hesitation, he stepped forward, heading straight for the heavens. After him, Southern Cloud Master paused for a moment, then chose to remain behind. After all, if everyone left, there wouldn't be many powerful beings left in the immortal realm. At such a time, that could be problematic. Wang Lin broke through the immortal realm's galaxy and moved forward, his figure merging with the world as he appeared in the Zhao River star domain. His expression was calm, but his eyes burned with murderous intent. He still couldn't piece together everything, but Blue Dream Dao Sovereign's words had made one thing clear. Tian Yunzi had been scheming against him for a long time, whether it was back on Vermilion Bird Star or in the land of demonic spirits. I saw through his plot back then. After he failed to deceive me, it didn't take long for him to set another trap, using a clone as bait. This person, I, Wang Lin, must kill. No matter what his plans or thoughts are, I don't need to know. As long as he's dead, everything ends. Wang Lin's killing intent grew, his entire being like a drawn sword, charging towards the starry sky. His speed was thunderous, merging with the world at times as he rushed toward the location his divine sense had marked. All of this happened in an instant. Deep within the Zhao River star domain, Tian Yunzi's expression changed. He had sensed someone using divine sense to target him. The moment their gazes met, he immediately recognized the presence. It was Wang Lin. With his cultivation, he shouldn't have found this place so quickly. Someone is helping him. And it's not Qing Lin. Tian Yunzi's eyes flashed, and his body immediately rose. Just as he was about to exit the meteorite, he suddenly turned sharply, piercing through the stone with his gaze, and his expression darkened. So fast. Outside the meteorite, in the distance of the starry sky, a streak of rainbow light streaked across. Wang Lin, within that streak, locked his gaze on the floating meteorite ahead. His right fist clenched, and his speed increased. From a distance, it appeared as if a booming sound echoed as the rainbow streak shot toward the meteorite, colliding with it in an instant. A deafening roar shook the heavens and the earth as Wang Lin's fist struck the meteorite. The meteorite instantly shattered, breaking into pieces that scattered into dust. A destructive ripple surged outward, as if the punch could tear a hole in the starry sky. A flash of multicolored light appeared, and Tian Yunzi's body materialized in the distance. He raised his hands, forming seals in front of him, and the layers of destructive waves dissipated before him. Tian Yunzi. Wang Lin looked up, his gaze locking onto Tian Yunzi, and he took a step forward, crossing the distance. Tian Yunzi's expression remained calm, showing no sign of panic. As Wang Lin approached, flames suddenly erupted from his left eye, transforming into a sea of fire that spread out in front of him. His right hand raised, pointing to the sky. Immediately, the vast sea of flames before him transformed into a flaming vermilion bird. With a long, piercing cry, the massive bird flapped its fiery wings and charged toward Wang Lin. This scene did not shock Wang Lin. He had already prepared for it when he heard Blue Dream Dao Sovereign's words. Now, seeing his flame origin controlled by Tian Yunzi, the murderous intent in his heart only deepened. As the vermilion bird cried out and flew toward him, flames erupted from Wang Lin's left eye, and before him, a massive flaming vermilion bird also took form, charging forward at full speed. From a distance, the scene was breathtaking. Two enormous flaming vermilion birds, each occupying half the starry sky, collided in the blink of an eye. Behind them, both Wang Lin and Tian Yunzi, their white hair flowing, their eyes seeming to pierce through the birds, locked gazes where the two fiery creatures collided. The clash of the flame origin and the vermilion bird unleashed an immense wave of heat in an instant, with thunderous roars echoing throughout the starry sky. The cosmos trembled, causing numerous fissures to ignite under the relentless heat, as waves of destructive energy swept outwards. In the midst of this thunderous collision, both vermilion birds shattered simultaneously, transforming into countless fiery whirlwinds, half directed towards Tian Yunzi and half engulfing Wang Lin. Amid this overwhelming eruption of flames, thunder erupted where Tian Yunzi stood. Lightning bolts converged from all directions within the starry sky, coalescing into a gigantic nine-headed thunder dragon. The nine-headed thunder dragon let out a fierce roar, each of its heads crackling with lightning as it pierced through the remnants of the fiery collapse, charging at Wang Lin like a thunder calamity. Wang Lin's expression darkened. He was familiar with the thunder origin, and upon seeing it, he did not falter. As he surged forward, a flash of lightning sparked in his right eye, and he transformed into a colossal bolt of thunder, racing straight towards the nine-headed thunder dragon. With a resounding boom, the thunder origin collided with the remnants of the flames just as they began to dissipate. The interweaving of thunder caused Wang Lin's face to pale, but he showed no signs of retreat, piercing through the chaotic lightning, coming within mere tens of feet from Tian Yunzi. A smile appeared on Tian Yunzi's face as he watched Wang Lin approach. He shook his head slightly and raised his right hand, fingers splayed, reaching out towards Wang Lin. In that moment, he brought his fingers together into a fist. Wang Lin mirrored his movement, and the instant they both clenched their fists, they pulled outward with great force. Their bodies jolted. Tian Yunzi turned pale and spat out a mouthful of blood, staggering backward, yet his eyes remained calm. Your divine abilities, your origins, your everything will belong to me. As Wang Lin stepped back, he locked his gaze on Tian Yunzi, his killing intent intensifying. With this murderous intent, his eyes gradually filled with blood vessels. My origin, my divine ability, you shall possess. But what about this? Wang Lin raised his right hand and swept it over his eyes. In an instant, two enormous pupil-like shadows emerged on either side of him, their blood vessels swirling densely, resembling a web of rules. Restriction origin, with my pupil threads, may rules descend. Wang Lin suddenly waved his hands, and those two massive pupil forms hurtled forward, swiftly expanding into infinite size. At that moment, the blood vessels within the pupils separated and spread throughout the starry sky, covering everything in sight with their crimson threads. These layers of blood threads contained restrictions, ensnaring Tian Yunzi like a spider's web. Slaughter restriction. Wang Lin roared, and the surrounding blood threads sharpened, sweeping towards Tian Yunzi like a meat grinder, howling past him. We have become one. You are my clone. What does it matter if you die? A strange smile crept onto Tian Yunzi's lips as Wang Lin watched his form get sliced apart by countless blood threads, collapsing into nothingness. With his demise, a soul aura that only Wang Lin could perceive drifted from the remnants of Tian Yunzi, rushing directly towards Wang Lin. Regardless of Wang Lin's will, it integrated into his body, merging with his Tian Yunzi clone's soul, making it stronger. Meanwhile, at the instant the soul of Tian Yunzi within Wang Lin surged with power, Wang Lin sensed the presence of Tian Yunzi again, this time from another location in the Zhao River Star domain. Wang Lin fell silent, stepping forward and vanishing in an instant. In that direction lay a cultivation star, where a basin sat enveloped by desolation, save for an old man sitting cross-legged. His hair was white, and he donned a white robe. He opened his eyes, wearing the same smile, but his gaze was filled with blood vessels that were whole and exuded a sense of restriction. Sending him a soul in exchange for the restriction origin is worth it, but his cultivation is still lacking. He needs to grow stronger. This way, my plan will be even closer. Expectation glimmered in Tian Yunzi's eyes. The reincarnation unity art. This technique is indeed profound. With the awakening of my memories, I realize I am not the first awakener, having awakened 97 times. This time marks my 98th awakening. Taking a deep breath, as the blood vessels in his eyes began to dissipate, he stood up and gazed skyward. They should be arriving soon. As his words fell, the clouds in the sky of that cultivation star churned, and Wang Lin's figure stepped from the void, fixated on the ground and locking eyes with Tian Yunzi. Seeing Wang Lin appear, Tian Yunzi's smile widened. Next time, it will be in that direction. Tian Yunzi raised his right hand, pointing to the right, then traced an arc in the air, touching his own forehead. His finger pierced completely through his skull, and with a strange smile, Tian Yunzi's body shattered, a fragment of his soul flying out. In Wang Lin's stunned daze, it merged into his body. As Wang Lin looked at the spot where Tian Yunzi's body had vanished on the ground, he suddenly felt a cold chill in his heart. What is he trying to do? Wang Lin remained silent, but his divine sense immediately focused on the direction Tian Yunzi had pointed to earlier, in the Zhao River Star domain. There, he could feel Tian Yunzi's aura. It seemed to be calling him, waiting for his arrival. In the distant starry sky, the aura of Tian Yunzi grew stronger, exuding a strange arrogance. In Wang Lin's eyes, it seemed as though he saw a giant illusion in the heavens ahead, an image of Tian Yunzi in a white robe, his robes swirling, covering much of his body, leaving only his eyes visible, staring at Wang Lin from afar. But all of this was an illusion, a haze in Wang Lin's heart caused by the cold he felt. Waiting for my arrival, Wang Lin muttered, his eyes flashing with strange light. Wang Lin was no fool. He possessed a mind as sharp as a demon's. Battles with Tian Yunzi often required more than strength. They demanded intelligence. Tian Yunzi is skilled in calculations. He leads me to various places, making me absorb his clones, so that my soul grows stronger, eventually achieving some goal. Is that goal soul seizing? On the surface, it seems like soul seizing, but given Tian Yunzi's inscrutability, he likely has another plan. Wang Lin's eyes flickered as he stared ahead into the heavens. This Tian Yunzi, without lifting a finger, managed to imprint all the origins I have painstakingly accumulated over thousands of years through countless life and death trials. This is not something that could be so easily done. I refuse to believe he could perfectly obtain all of my origins. That's simply impossible. Wang Lin took a step forward, heading straight toward the starry sky where Tian Yunzi's aura was located. I, Wang Lin, refuse to believe it. Since you, Tian Yunzi, insist on leading me there, then I'll go. What's the harm? Wang Lin's expression darkened as he walked, his gaze flickering with thought. Reincarnation unity art. If Tian Yunzi truly masters this technique, his cultivation will be unimaginable. Over the years, I must not be the first to be chosen to merge with his clones. That means there were others before me, whose everything was imprinted by Tian Yunzi. If that's the case, his origin will not only consist of what he stole from me. His origin will be vast, but if that's true, this reincarnation unity art is far too inconceivable. If such a divine ability existed, the great heavenly venerables of the immortal firmament continent would fight for it with everything they have. If that's really the case, then what's the point of cultivating the Tao, learning spells, or understanding origins? As long as one learns the reincarnation unity art, even the greatest heavenly venerables or the ancient immortal kingdoms are nothing but ants. I'm certain this technique has a major flaw, one that could be fatal. And beyond that, there's no guarantee that this technique can even imprint origins. Wang Lin rushed through the starry sky, his mind continuously reviewing his past battles with Tian Yunzi's origins. Fire, thunder, karma. The repeated origin battles appeared in Wang Lin's mind, slowly flowing through his thoughts as he observed them meticulously. No clues. Wang Lin furrowed his brows. His figure suddenly halted in the starry sky, his eyes gleaming with light. He fell into deep thought. After a moment, his expression turned decisive. With a flash, he vanished without a trace. In another direction within the Zhao River star domain, amidst floating shards of starry rock, Tian Yunzi sat cross-legged on a fragment of stone. His eyes were focused ahead, a strange smile still on his lips. This time, you're a little late. Disciple, compared to me, you're still too young. After a short while, a rainbow streaked through the starry sky, rippling waves echoing. Wang Lin's figure appeared, moving with incredible speed, and in an instant, he was less than 100 paces away from Tian Yunzi. He stepped onto a stone fragment and locked eyes with Tian Yunzi. The surroundings were silent. Wang Lin did not speak, but merely gazed at Tian Yunzi. Gradually, he suddenly smiled. In that smile, Wang Lin crossed his legs and sat down. The dark gloom on his face disappeared, replaced by tranquility. Tian Yunzi, does my origin meet your satisfaction? Wang Lin said with a relaxed smile. Not bad, but it's a bit lacking. It's not enough to completely satisfy me. Tian Yunzi also smiled, nodding in response. Too bad the origin is difficult to comprehend. Over the years, I've only managed to understand these 7 paths. If you're not satisfied, perhaps you could give me a few more paths. Once I comprehend them, you can take them. That would be best, don't you think? Wang Lin smiled, looking at Tian Yunzi. Tian Yunzi's gaze sharpened, and Wang Lin's actions caused an inexplicable feeling to rise within him. He stared at Wang Lin for a long time, and gradually, the smile on his face faded. Truly worthy of being my disciple, Tian Yunzi, he mused. To calm down so quickly. Since you asked for the origin, what harm is there in giving it to you? Tian Yunzi raised his right hand and pointed at his brow. As he did, a crystal-clear droplet of water appeared on his finger. This is the water origin I obtained from someone years ago. Unfortunately, it's only a small fragment, not enough to help one break through to the 3rd step. It's been with me for quite some time. Today, I give it to you. If you can fully comprehend it and generate the true water origin, I will be grateful. Tian Yunzi spoke, flicking his hand forward. The droplet flew toward Wang Lin and hovered on his forehead. Is that all? Wang Lin glanced at the droplet and smiled. Tian Yunzi's brow furrowed slightly. He didn't like the expression on Wang Lin's face. This current Wang Lin made him feel uneasy. He preferred the former, more brash version. Since you desire the origin, I'll give it to you. Tian Yunzi raised his right hand again, and a lump of soil appeared in his palm. The soil seemed almost alive, wriggling and shifting shapes. With a flick of his wrist, it shot toward Wang Lin. Wang Lin, how about we play a game? If you win, your pressing crisis will be resolved, and I will also bestow you a gift. Whether you want it or not, this game began many years ago. Tian Yunzi's smile returned as he raised his right hand again. With a look in Wang Lin's eyes, he tapped his brow, about to penetrate it. Wang Lin raised his hand and swept it forward, summoning a fierce wind that howled through the air, infused with the power of his Tao ancient bloodline. The wind slammed into the rocks around Tian Yunzi, shattering them instantly. Tian Yunzi's body shuddered, and his right hand was forced away, his fingertip grazing his forehead, leaving a trail of blood. Don't be in such a rush to die. I haven't finished speaking, Wang Lin said with a calm smile. I could easily kill you. There's no need for you to commit suicide in front of me, creating this mysterious and unpredictable appearance. Tian Yunzi, this is not like you. You're hiding something, worried that I'll see through it. You're using this to cover up something. You know it, and I know it. Wang Lin continued, still smiling at Tian Yunzi. Tian Yunzi's expression darkened instantly. Wang Lin's actions had subtly exceeded his expectations. He stared at Wang Lin, his eyes gradually gleaming with sharpness. Tian Yunzi, let me ask you. Even if you stole my origin and divine abilities, even if you could take my memories, can you steal my Dao ancient bloodline? Wang Lin's smile remained serene as he spoke slowly. If you can now unleash a Dao ancient bloodline divine ability, I will admit defeat and do as you wish. So can you? Wang Lin's eyes showed disdain. Do you dare? Tian Yunzi glared at Wang Lin, silent for a long time. He didn't unleash his Dao ancient divine abilities because he knew he couldn't. He couldn't replicate the power of the Dao ancient bloodline, which was exactly what he was trying to conceal with this bizarre death act, one of the ways to distract Wang Lin. You can't. You can't do it. All your mysterious tricks are nothing but a facade. Do you think I'm the same person I was when I first went to Tianyan Star? Do you think I'm the same as when I was in the land of demonic spirits? Tian Yunzi, your cultivation is no match for mine. Your bloodline isn't as noble as mine. Your status is nothing compared to mine. When I led the cultivators within the realm to fight the outer domain, you were still hiding in the shadows. My statue can be placed in the immortal realm, worshipped for millennia. You can't do that. I can create an immortal realm, remembered by countless cultivators. Can you? When it comes to calculations, all you know is schemes and tricks. With such a mindset, what can you use to play this game with me? Do you have the qualifications? Wang Lin smiled, but his words were sharp as blades. I'll give you that qualification. This game isn't for me to play with you. It's for you to play with me, to continue this game. I, Wang Lin, don't like scheming. I like open strategies. You have no Dao Ancient aura on you. This reincarnation unity art cannot imprint my Dao Ancient bloodline. You can die repeatedly, which means all those deaths are just your avatars. So, where is your true body, Tian Yunzi? Wang Lin's smile deepened. His words struck Tian Yunzi's ears, but Tian Yunzi's expression didn't change, although his face darkened slightly. His heart, however, shook violently. The rules of this game aren't set by you. They're set by me. In this game, we're racing to see if I find your true body and kill it first, or if you can seize my avatar and take control, or perhaps take my soul for some other unknown purpose. No matter what, in the end, you cannot afford to lose, because I am only using a clone cultivator to play this game with you. If you win, you only win against a clone, but if you lose, it's death. Now, even if you don't want to continue this game, you have no choice. If you want to play, I, Wang Lin, will play this properly with you. A cold glint flashed in Wang Lin's eyes, but the smile on his face never faded. Tian Yunzi stared at Wang Lin, his pupils narrowing. My true body will find your true body. Tian Yunzi, you must move quickly, or you will lose. Wang Lin raised his right hand and swung it forward. The power of ancient Dao howled as it rushed toward Tian Yunzi. Now you can die. Wang Lin looked toward the east, where he once again sensed Tian Yunzi's presence. His body gradually became ethereal, slowly overlapping, as if separating. His true body stepped forward. The moment his true body stepped out, Wang Lin's clone raised his right hand and grasped the air. The ghost face canvas appeared in his hand. He swung it forward, and the ghost face canvas immediately expanded, enveloping everything in a realm of illusion. In the illusion, Wang Lin looked at his clone, his eyes cold with killing intent. 3 lives divine ability. This technique cannot be imprinted easily. If I am willing to completely destroy my clone or die once using the 3 lives technique, then all of Tian Yunzi's plans will collapse. But doing this comes with a great cost, and it's not really worth it. Tian Yunzi, since you want to play this game with me, let's see who is the true victor. Wang Lin muttered. His clone raised his right hand and placed a finger on his true body's forehead. The sound of wind howled in the moment it happened, as Wang Lin's clone's eyes glowed with a strange light, especially his fingertip, which seemed to deeply penetrate his true body's forehead and touch his soul. In an instant, the surrounding ghost face canvas began to swirl, transforming into a massive ghost face that shrank toward Wang Lin's forehead. From a distance, the scene was shocking. The vast mist gathered, and the majority of it entered Wang Lin's true body's forehead, with some spreading over his skin, covering his entire body. Wang Lin's clone's face turned slightly pale. He raised his right hand from his true body's forehead and bowed toward the starry sky. Senior Blue Dream, Senior Qing Lin, and Senior Red Robe, my true body is here. Please protect me. As Wang Lin's words rang out, blue light flickered in the starry sky. The Blue Dream Dao Sovereign stepped forward, with Qing Lin and Red Robe following silently behind. The three of them had actually arrived long ago, witnessing Wang Lin's numerous confrontations with Tian Yunzi. With me here, rest assured. If you can find his true body, no matter how high his true body's cultivation is, he will not escape. The Blue Dream Dao Sovereign sat cross-legged in front of Wang Lin's true body, gazing at Wang Lin's clone and speaking slowly. Wang Lin nodded, cupped his fists toward Blue Dream and the others, then turned and stepped into the starry sky, heading toward the east, where Tian Yunzi's presence was. As he moved forward, a droplet of water and a small handful of dirt appeared in his palm. He grasped them and stored them away. Besides looking for Tian Yunzi's true body, I also need to make other preparations here with my clone. And once Tian Yunzi gets anxious, he may manifest all of his clones at once. If he does that, he might think he can win before I find his true body. I look forward to seeing him try. Wang Lin muttered as he walked through the starry sky, his right hand forming a seal and pressing it to his chest. In that moment, a change occurred in the soul within his clone. His soul, having long since become a soul devourer, could devour anything, even itself. The soul of his clone, which contained all of his origins, was closely connected to his nascent soul. Once the clone's soul perished, everything would vanish. My memories, my true body possesses them all. My origins, since I can comprehend them, even if I lose them, I can regain them. After all, the origin comes from comprehension, and that comprehension exists in my true body's soul. Tian Yunzi, you've already lost this game. Wang Lin's right hand flashed with a seal and disappeared into his chest. Without hesitation, he merged his consciousness completely with the soul of his clone, which had grown stronger, and headed toward the east. In the eastern part of the Zhao River Star Domain, in the boundless starry sky, Tian Yunzi's figure manifested. His smile was gone, replaced with a grim expression. His eyes, cold as water, fixed on the distance. Wang Lin, if you want to kill my true body, you must first find its location. Even I have forgotten where my true body is. How can you possibly find it? I don't believe you can. But this Wang Lin is full of tricks, and what he said just now doesn't seem like a lie. He must have some extraordinary methods to have come so far from being a mere small cultivator, which requires caution. Fine, no more wasting time on him. I must immediately proceed with the plan. Even if there are still some flaws, it doesn't matter anymore. Once completed, I will enter a deep slumber, awaiting the 99th awakening. This time, I will fully achieve my goal. Wang Lin, your cultivation is enough to make my slumber end in an instant, triggering the 99th awakening. A cold gleam flashed in Tian Yunzi's eyes. He raised both hands, suddenly closing his eyes. At the moment his eyes shut, within the Zheohe star domain, across different parts of the starry sky, hundreds of identical Tian Yunzi avatars suddenly manifested. As soon as these avatars materialized, they all simultaneously looked towards one direction, the direction of Wang Lin, who was moving through the starry sky. In that same instant, within the Kungsu star domain, countless cultivation stars and starry regions twisted with ripples, and more Tian Yunzi avatars appeared, looking towards Zheohe. Simultaneously, in the Luotian and Cloud Sea star domains, countless avatars of Tian Yunzi materialized. Together, the avatars across the four major star domains numbered nearly 3,000. These were Tian Yunzi's 3,000 avatars, all bodies he had devoured over the course of his 90-some awakenings. The moment all these nearly 3,000 avatars appeared across the four major star domains, Wang Lin's figure, traveling through the starry sky, suddenly froze. His eyes gleamed brightly. He fell for it. The soul of Tian Yunzi, inside Wang Lin's clone body, seemed to boil with awakening. It spread throughout Wang Lin's body and resonated with the 3,000 avatars in this realm. In that instant, it was as if Wang Lin had become the true avatar of Tian Yunzi. Within Wang Lin's consciousness, he could sense all 3,000 avatars of Tian Yunzi. He knew exactly where each avatar was and could feel their auras, all belonging to Tian Yunzi. Wang Lin had previously been unable to find the true body of Tian Yunzi, but his deep scheming allowed him to turn the tables. While Tian Yunzi was scheming against him, Wang Lin was also scheming against Tian Yunzi. The words spoken earlier, seemingly ordinary, were actually full of hidden meaning. Wang Lin, while wary of Wang Lin, Tian Yunzi summoned all 3,000 of his avatars, hoping to use their speed to make Wang Lin fail in a short time. But what Tian Yunzi didn't expect was that, although Wang Lin had no way of locating his true body before, now he had gained confidence. This confidence was given to him by Tian Yunzi. It came from the 3,000 avatars. With the aura of the 3,000 avatars, Wang Lin could now lock onto Tian Yunzi, locking onto all of his avatars. From there, he could follow these auras to trace their origin, their true body. It was like searching for a source along a path. It might be difficult to find the origin through a tangled web, but now Tian Yunzi had given Wang Lin 3,000 paths to follow. Everything was laid out before Wang Lin's eyes. Wang Lin's eyes shone brightly, like a bright moon in the distance. A smile appeared on his face, and with a swift hand gesture, he pointed toward his brow. With these 3,000 soul auras as guides, through the Dream Dao path, borrowing the ghost face sail to enter the illusion, I will enter the 3,000 bodies, and the illusion will return to the reincarnation Dao. I will follow the path to Tian Yunzi's true body. The moment Wang Lin's finger touched his brow, deep within the Zhaohe star domain, where his true body was guarded by Blue Dream Dao Sovereign and his companions, Wang Lin's true body suddenly opened his eyes. I found the path to his true body. His eyes gleamed with a strange light that enveloped his entire being. Wang Lin's true body, with the help of the 3,000 soul auras, opened the path to dream through the passage of 1,000 years. Before Wang Lin's true body, the world blurred, and time seemed to reverse in his vision. Following the path of the 3,000 soul auras, he entered a dreamlike illusion. This was the method Wang Lin devised to counterattack Tian Yunzi. In this dream world, Wang Lin's true body was immersed in a blurred vision. But soon, this blur dissipated, and everything became clear before his eyes. He saw the starry sky, a familiar starry sky. This was still Zhaohe. He saw a meteor floating in the sky. Inside that meteor, Wang Lin saw Tian Yunzi, and beside Tian Yunzi, there was an elderly man who was unconscious. That man was none other than Marquis Lingtian. Tian Yunzi sat cross-legged, his expression filled with pain. There was still some blood remaining on his right hand. If Wang Lin wasn't mistaken, this blood was the altered blood of the heavenly Dao that Tian Yunzi had stolen from the Azure Dragon's sacred emperor. The pain in Tian Yunzi's expression intensified. It was hard to tell how much time had passed before he let out a series of low growls. His eyes suddenly snapped open, and within them, shadows flickered rapidly. These shadows were none other than his numerous clones. He fixed his gaze on Marquis Lingtian, and suddenly opened his mouth. His mouth expanded to an impossible size, swallowing Marquis Lingtian in a strange and terrifying manner. In the instant of devouring, Tian Yunzi's eyes showed a hint of confusion, and he slowly closed them. Time seemed to flow endlessly, and several centuries later, on an unspecified day, Tian Yunzi's eyes snapped open, filled with a dazed look. I've awakened again. The power for my next sleep and awakening is also ready. He is Wang Lin. Everything Wang Lin saw, although the years passed slowly, felt like mere moments to him. He devoured Marquis Lingtian. Yet why did he say, I have awakened again? How many times has Tian Yunzi actually awakened? As the vision of Tian Yunzi's awakening faded, it was immediately replaced by a new scene.